boy, guys. I don't know what to say sometimes with this stuff. And I don't know why. This is a disaster. Like, I can't believe how bad this is. And it's hilarious to me that, like, you know, the comic books are supposed to fill in the blanks, right? Because they made so many just wildly unexplained plot moves in the sequels, right? We all know that. We're like, what? It's like Mystery Box Fest, JJ Mystery Box. And so in the attempt to explain what went on, these comic books make it laughably worse. Like, if you're here to make fun of Star Wars, this is unreal. And I just wanted to thank at TryW5S, who commented on one of my videos saying, one thing that you will find in the sequel trilogy comics is that Kylo Ren didn't actually kill the Jedi in Luke's temple. Snoke with his pinky sent lightning down from the sky, and he destroyed them all. Yes, that is canon. I'm not making this up. And it's like, bro, if you can do this, he doesn't even need the First Order. Just destroy your enemy with his ability. Okay, that's it's inaccurate, but it kind of inspired me to look into this. So thank you for that. You know, he makes it sound like Snoke kind of did the pinky thing like Yoda did. And it's like, yeah, well, why didn't Yoda just come in and do that? Even as a Force Ghost, he has that ability. But actually, it's actually, and that's bad, right? Like, so if Snoke's on the other side of the galaxy and he's raining lightning down on a planet all the way over here, that's stupid. I think it's stupid that he was even influencing Ben from that far away when Ben's surrounded by the light side and all these good people and everything else. That didn't make sense to me. That was bad enough. Him raining lightning down from that far away is even dumber. But actually, it's actually even dumber than that. It gets even dumber than that. And so I looked into it today. And I noticed that none of the comic panels featured Snoke or alluded to him doing anything to do with this. It's pretty obvious that something else happened here that wasn't Snoke. See, this guy thinks that he didn't destroy the temple because of this. So this is the panel that kind of matters. Skywalker feared you, your strength. He was always small. See, that's supposed to be Snoke's voice. But then remember, it's so stupid. In The Rise of Skywalker, Palpatine says it was his voice. So I guess it was Palpatine imitating Snoke's voice, I guess. It's all over the place. No, Ben, and then Ben. You remember the part where Luke's like buried underneath? And then he gets out and he says, why did you do this? Why did you do it? What? And then this happens. I didn't want this. And whoever the voice is says, and you did not choose it, Ben. The Jedi did, Skywalker did. So it is a little bit convoluted, right? Because he's like, what? It does. I can see why guys would think it wasn't him because he's looking at the storm, okay? But apparently his anger is what did this. So I'm just going off what they say, okay? And I'm not even saying that Wikipedia is the be-all, end-all either. But listen to this, okay? This is just so stupid. Oh, hold on a second here. Okay, so he does say that he destroyed the temple in The Last Jedi. That's right. Yeah, that's from The Last Jedi. Oh, the ads on this website are awful, by the way. Whoever runs this site, like, you can't put an ad that just blocks the whole screen on somebody. Okay, so that kills that right away, right? He did do it. Okay, and this is the explanation that's given. This is crazy. Okay, it's so dumb and so funny and so depressing at the same time. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a Charles Soule. There was a time when I thought he wouldn't be that bad, but it's just... So the destruction of the Jedi Temple by Ben Solo occurred on Ossus in 28 ABY during the era of the New Republic. The Jedi Temple of Luke Skywalker had been established by Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, who trained Solo, who was his sister's son. The other Padawans in a new generation of Jedi, Solo's mother, Leia, had hoped that her brother could train her Force-sensitive son in the ways of the Force and help him to resist the dark presence. Blah, 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 blah. Supreme Leader Snoke of the First Order had been seducing Solo from afar since the boy's childhood as an unknowing tool of the revenge of Darth Sidious, which, again, I don't understand how that's even possible to influence some guy over the course of the galaxy at a Jedi Order temple where it's nothing but Jedi. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense. But whatever. Just leave it. Okay. Solo had kept both his contact with Snoke and his fascination with the dark side. Excuse me, kept it secret. But Skywalker glimpsed enough to grow concerned and decided to confront his nephew. We all know about that. Horrible, made Luke look awful. Okay. Solo awakened and believed his uncle was about to murder him. So Solo lashed out with the Force to telekinetically collapse his hut and trapped Skywalker under the debris. Okay, fair enough. We saw that, Luke getting out from under the debris. And then everything's on fire, right? So what happened? Standing outside the temple full of fear and anger, Solo gave in to the dark side's power and created a lightning storm that razed the structure, killing all the students who were present. Solo fled and was pursued by 3 surviving Padawans, Ty, Vo, and Hennix, who all died attempting to bring Solo to justice. He completed his turn to the dark side and became Kylo Ren, Master of the Knights of Ren, and joined the First Order under the tutelage of Snoke. Okay, so Kylo Ren, guys, this is so stupid, I can't even believe it. So it wasn't Snoke, and Snoke's not in any of the panels, okay? He got really, really mad, and he did it himself. He didn't necessarily know exactly what he was doing, but he did it, okay? So he's that insanely powerful in the Force. Yeah, so here you can see the 3 other Jedi come back, and they're on a ship, and they're like, what the? And then I guess he fights them. Okay, so where is the... Okay, so it is from that one. The Rise of Kylo Ren. Let me just check one other thing, just to confirm, right, guys? I don't want to be... I mean, I'm happy to make fun of it, but I want to make fun of it truthfully. If you ask AI, did Kylo Ren rain lightning down on the temple? It says yes. The aftermath of Ben Solo's rage and despair after Luke Skywalker tried to kill him resulted in a lightning storm that destroyed Luke's temple. If we type in Kylo Ren destroys the temple, Kylo Ren, Jedi Temple, instead he caused the destruction by a powerful lightning storm. It's saying he did it, okay? So these people that are saying he didn't do it, I can see why they interpreted that panel that way, but he definitely did it. Okay, so think of the implications of that, okay? Just think back. I know we all want to forget, but but let's think back, okay? So remember when he fights Rey? Right? So he fights Rey. I've already done a video about that, about how stupid it is that she defeated him. It made absolutely no sense. No, the wound is not an excuse. When he first throws her against the tree, right? He lifts her with the Force. She hits the tree, is knocked out. And you're like, dang, this guy is not joking around. This is no joke. And then he loses to her. He could have just like picked her up and flung her around the whole time. He didn't even have to lightsaber fight her. Right? Like, remember that in Attack of the Clones? When Yoda and Dooku and Yoda and Obi-Wan, like, he's shooting lightning at them and it doesn't work. And he goes, oh, I guess the Force won't be enough. We'll have to duel with lightsabers then. Okay, fine. So the very fact that Kylo Ren even dueled her with a lightsaber with the amount of power he had and showed right off the bat is really, really stupid. It made absolutely no sense. He had no need to do that. Why would you waste your time? Just fling this chick around in the Force. There's nothing she can do about it. Okay, but he loses to her. So in movie, it was dumb. Now we have this retcon where he's the one who created a gigantic lightning storm. What? Why would he ever fight anybody if he can do that? And then remember in The Last Jedi when Snoke's all mad at him and making fun of him and telling him to take his stupid mask off? And then he looks like he's all mad at Snoke, and then he goes to get up, and Snoke just gives him a little zap of lightning, and he goes flying, and then he like backs away and like just sits there. Well, buddy, you're Storm. You're literally Storm from X-Men. Just deal with Snoke. Like, what do you... This is so utterly dumb, I can't even believe it. Like, this makes it even worse. To Solo, his uncle had betrayed him and proved his worst fears about his family were true. Skywalker had reacted to his nephew's darkness with a momentary thought of killing him, blah, 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 blah. He lashed out against Skywalker and his uncle's temple. He was led by his fear and anger. He surrendered to the power of the dark side and created a storm. So he's the one that did it. It's in the Star Wars Encyclopedia, okay? So all these people saying it's not canon that he did it, it was Snoke that did it, or it was Palpatine that did it. Kylo Ren and other followers of the dark side, Star Wars Encyclopedia. What are they doing? Oh my gosh. And this came out in 22. 2022. I'd love to show you, but there's so many friggin' ads, I can't even do anything on this website. Sorry, it's published in the... there you go. So there's several books published in the between 2020 and 2022. You guys... what is happening? This is insane. So you made this guy this powerful, and yet Rey's beating him in a little fight. He's scared of Snoke, and Snoke gives a little flash of lightning, and he runs away, even though he's literally Storm from X-Men. And then he thinks, and then they have to do like the secretive way of killing Snoke, and they have to trick him into thinking he was going to kill Rey and all this nonsense, which makes no sense either, because Snoke should have sensed there was a lightsaber right beside him. But anyways, alas, why didn't you just kill Snoke whenever you felt like it if you were that powerful? And it says that he did it through his fear and anger. So he was mad at Snoke and he was afraid of him. And he surrendered to so by him being angry and fearful and surrendering to the dark side, he can literally create massive storms that completely obliterate an entire Jedi temple and its outbuildings, whatever those are, the places people sleep and stuff, in a matter of seconds. Then there's the implication of, why would he be that dark side and evil and powerful when he's been around all these good people this whole time? This doesn't make sense. Yes, Luke doing what he did, which was ridiculous, but Luke doing what he did would make him mad. But the idea that he would be this powerful on the dark side, like, it's not like you just instantly become you don't become more powerful than Palpatine and Vader because Snoke is saying stuff to you in your head. There's levels to this. Like, you have to work your way up. You don't just get to do that. But this is insane. So he was literally the most powerful Force user in the whole entire universe. Maybe ever. That I know of. Or at least in, like, sort of the main, quote, canon. So what was he doing? Even being Snoke's pupil? He could have, he's Rey. He should have been training him. Just like Rey should have been training Luke. Like, she's so powerful. What is going on? He created a storm. His pupils constricted in his red clouded eyes. Then red storm clouds formed above the temple. He questioned their sudden appearance. Just before the clouds erupted with lightning, the storm he had created set fire to the dwellings and razed the temple, killing most of his fellow students. The temple's initial explosion knocked Solo off his feet, and he rose to see the scattered bodies of dead students. Although he protested and attempted to run into the burning temple, he was again knocked down by another explosion. He watched the temple burn and said he had not wanted it. The disembodied voice that often communicated with Solo claimed that Skywalker and the Jedi had chosen it, not Solo himself. So he did this. This makes everything make even less sense. The sequels are so stupid. It doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh. So stupid. Wait, aren't you one of Skywalker's students at that temple he built? Not anymore, and the temple's gone, burned, I destroyed it. That's why the other students came after me to kill me. It's Ben Solo saying that. Wow. Then he fled the space station to meet Snoke, who embraced him. So Snoke had nothing to do with it. Snoke doubted Skywalker was dead, asked Solo what he planned to do next, now that he was no longer Skywalker's influence. Anyways, guys, I mean, this is just so stupid. I'm trying to think, let me know in the comment section if there's any other implications to this. Like, there's just... This is so dumb. I can't... Like... He lost in a lightsaber duel to Rey when he's this powerful. That doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. He could have just swept up Snoke in a storm and flung him. Like, remember when him and Rey were fighting over the lightsaber? Why would he even waste his time? He could just sweep her up in a tornado, storm style, and just take it. This is so stupid. I can't believe, guys, like, when you get into, like, the minutia of the, the expanded material, like, in the comic books on these films, and I've done a few videos about it, but I've kind of tried to avoid it. This is what you get. You get literally the dumbest explanations for things, and it would have been so easy for them To have him collapse the hut, knocks out Luke, he thinks he's dead, sure, fine, whatever, and then he physically burns the temple. Like, he could go and with the matches or whatever Luke was using, and little, when he tried to light the tree on fire or whatever, he could have just burned it the old-fashioned way. But they go and make this stupid, elaborate thing without realizing it's not. You're not fixing the sequels here. You're making them dumber and worse. This is retarded. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm bamboozled, guys, with the level of stupidity. And don't they have a writer's room or a what do you call it? The writer's group? I've even done videos about this, man. How am I forgetting this? And they are supposed to monitor this stuff, and they're letting this stuff out. This is just ludicrous. This is the dumbest thing ever, bro. What am I seeing here? And then you look at this panel. He's blocking too late. It just looks terrible. But anyways, guys, it just gets worse. It gets worse. Look, and he's flicking him in the Force, his buddy. So he's like, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's like, no, like, and then they did the same thing with Rey, where like she like doesn't know what she's doing. Remember, she lifts all those rocks in The Last Jedi, and she's like looking around, like, whoa, how did I do that? Like it's like just do stuff. They don't need training. Wow. So this is beyond insane. How stupid these movies are. How stupid these retcons are. How stupid these explanations are. I'm in shock, guys. Just can't even believe it. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.